Hi, I'm Megan Atevle. I'm the CEO of LUMOplay, and I've been making interactive floors and walls for my entire professional career. And today I'm going to show you how I made this very cool interactive hearts effect using a new template that we call Shape Shuffle. The Shape Shuffle template includes a whole bunch of different shapes as well as different materials, so you can make a very wide variety of effects with this template. And as with all of the templates that we create for LUMOplay, this template is available with either one of the paid license tiers. I want to show you what I made today with it, but hopefully also inspire you to make something unique to your next event or your school or your play center. These templates are so flexible and they're so fun to play with, and you don't need to code at all. It only takes a few minutes, and this is one of the easiest templates to start with. So without any further ado, let's go over to my design computer and I'll show you how I made this effect. I'm using LUMO Playmaker to make my interactive effect. Playmaker is our agency tier, so it allows me to make as many custom interactive effects as I want to without having to pay a fee. If you don't really make that many custom apps, then you can use LUMO Playground, which gives you access to our entire app library. There's currently over 350 apps and games, and you can see them all here. There's a whole bunch of them. There's tons and tons and tons of apps that you can download and use, and you will be able to still make your own custom content, but it's on a pay-as-you-go basis. So the pricing for that is on our website, or you can contact me. To make the effect that we're going to make today, we just load Motion Maker, and you can tell that this is a new effect because the information about it isn't even here. But by the time you see this video, you will be able to publish apps with this effect. So I'm just going to click Create. Once the template is loaded, you'll see a preview that you can edit as you go. So you'll be able to actually play with it and see what it's going to look like. And as you can see, there's all these different shapes that you can use. And the coolest thing about this template is all of the materials that you get access to. So I'm just going to go through each one of these settings and explain what it does before I make my changes. The overlays section is things like this title. It disappears when it senses motion, and it reappears when people stop playing. So it's a really cool place to put a call to action or information that you don't want appearing on the screen while people are playing. And if you don't want that, you can just go in here and delete the default idle. So that got rid of it. You can upload your own images, and all of the images that you'll be uploading in all of our templates are PNGs on a transparency. I'm not going to be adding any overlays to my effect today, so I'm just going to close that up. This is where you add your background, and the background can be either an image or a video. The next section is your shape settings, so you're going to spend a lot of time in here selecting your colors and playing around with all of the different kinds of effects that you can get out of this system. So there's all kinds of neat little materials that are in here for you to play with. Just go back and, also you can change the size and the size variance. I recommend not changing the settings for amount per second or max allowed unless you have a very powerful computer. We've tested these, and where they are right now is kind of works the best for the computers that we recommend. You can definitely bump these things up if you want to. Same thing with the size. There's not really any reason to crank the size unless you're looking for total chaos. There's not really a good application for that, but it's in there for people who are making installations that are designed to be on larger screens, like much, much larger screens for very special types of installations. So you most likely won't be playing with the size too much. Another thing to note is, I don't know if you noticed, but when I cranked the size way up, it started chugging, and then when I put it down again, it took a while for these large shapes to clear, and that's because of the max allowed. So it's going to clear these shapes off as new shapes get added, but if you want to get rid of them quickly, you can just bump them off your screen with your mouse or your hand, and it'll just reset them. It'll kick them off the stage, and eventually they'll just all end up going away. So that's the shape settings. The next one is where you choose all of your shapes. All of the shape types are on by default. So if you want to very quickly reset all of the shapes on your stage, just turn these off and it will get rid of that shape and reset everything. Chances are you're only going to choose one of these. And in my case, I'm going to be just choosing the heart. So I'm going to turn all of these other shapes off while I'm here. And that leaves me with just the heart, which is what I want. We do want to do a better interface for the shape choosing thing, but we're kind of stuck with what we have right now. So hopefully we'll get something that's a little bit more intuitive down the road, but for right now, what we have works. There's also a section for lighting. So right now the lights are set to this environment and this lighting, and the shadow color is this brown color. So if you have a background that's, bright pink or green, you might want to change this color, the shadow color, to match the background. And the lighting, you get quite a bit of flexibility. So if you're installing your interactive floor in an environment where you're aware of where all the lights are and what the angles are and what the color of the light is, you can actually make some pretty cool adjustments here. So if I can change my shadow color to dark black, I can change my light horizontal angle to directly above. And then if I brighten up the light, right now it's kind of like a mid-gray. If I brighten it up, you'll see a really big difference in the appearance of this experience. So there's a lot you can do with lighting to make your effect fit the actual environment that you're designing to. Now, I happen to know that the effect that I'm making will not have a shadow. So I'm going to turn the shadow strength all the way to 0. So now there's no shadow. And I'm also going to change these lights to slightly offset and change my light color from this bright white to kind of a little bit of a gray blue. And now I just need to finish the last of the changes here. What I'm making today is a rainbowy sort of glitter heart effect on a glitter background. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add all my colors. Yeah, that's nice. So I've got these nice rainbowy hearts. I'm going to change the material to glitter, and I'm going to turn the size up just a little bit and increase the size variance, which gives you different sizes and shapes of hearts. Just test that, make sure it's still performing well. And the last change I'm going to make to create this effect is add a background. This is just a background loop. It's a file that I bought from a stock site called Video Hive, and it's basically just a glitter sort of star field to go with the glitter of the hearts. And that's it. I just need to give my effect a name. I'm going to call it Sparkle Hearts. Save it. And then I can close this. And it will save your effect with a thumbnail so you can easily find it after you publish it. And all I need to do is click on publish, and it'll warn me that I can't edit the app once it's been published. An upcoming feature is going to be the ability to revert your apps to draft if you have a Playmaker license. So that's something that we can all look forward to. But for right now, if you publish your app, you won't be able to go back in and change it when it's done. So just keep that in mind. Just click this and it'll upload the app, and it will be available in all of the installations that you have. I hope you enjoyed this week's tutorial. I had a really great time making this effect, even though it was very simple and didn't take very long. I love it, and I'm going to be putting it on the site within a week or so, just in time for Valentine's Day. If you have any requests for effects or games that you'd like to see me make, please let me know in the comments. If you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at info@lumoplay.com, or again, leave a comment or visit our website, lumoplay.com, and reach out there. LUMOplay is free to download and try, so if you are looking at making an interactive floor or wall for your next event or project, and you have questions or you're interested in understanding the hardware that you need in order to make this happen, I've linked all of the hardware that I'm using in my interactive floor display in the description of this video. And again, you can always reach out to me, send me photos of your space, and I will recommend the hardware that'll work best for you. I'll see you next week with another tutorial.